Chosen one, do not make a reckless financial decision because of this message. Do not quit your job without a responsible plan. Do not stop paying your obligations. Do not reject honest work. That is not what God is saying. The instruction is deeper. God is telling you to stop searching from panic. Stop acting as though one employer, one interview, one client, or one decision controls your future. A job may become a channel of provision, but it was never meant to become your source, your identity, or the judge of your worth. There is a major difference between looking for work and believing work determines your value. One is a responsible action, the other becomes bondage. When that bondage takes hold, every unanswered email feels personal, every rejection feels final. Every delay sounds like proof that you have been forgotten. This is the panic search. It begins when fear becomes louder than discernment. You apply for anything, even when it does not fit. You lower your value before anyone asks. You check your inbox again and again, hoping one message will remove the weight from your chest. And while you keep moving, you are no longer moving clearly. Panic narrows your attention. It forces your mind to stare at the nearest threat. You stop seeing patterns. You overlook people who could help. You dismiss ideas before testing them. You accept weak terms, because immediate relief feels more important than lasting direction. God is not asking you to ignore reality. He is asking you to stop bowing to it. He is not telling you to abandon effort. He is teaching you to separate faithful action from frantic motion. My child, I did not ask you to stop moving. I asked you to stop bowing to fear. That distinction changes everything. You can send an application without begging it to save you. You can attend an interview without surrendering your identity. You can accept temporary work without believing it defines your final destination. You can build slowly while honoring the needs in front of you. The first way panic blocks provision is by making one door look like the only door. The second is by making speed feel more important than alignment. The third is more hidden. Panic can weaken your ability to recognize the answer when it appears in an unfamiliar form. That third blockage matters most. The provision you have asked for may not be absent. It may already be near you, while exhaustion keeps you focused on the form you expected. You may be praying for a title while overlooking a skill. You may be waiting for permission while ignoring a need you can solve. Before this message ends, you will understand why closed doors may be redirecting you. You will see why a divided mind can stand beside an opportunity and still miss it. And you will learn about a simple 8-minute practice that may support a clearer, more coordinated state of mind. This is not a promise of sudden wealth. It is an invitation to recover your ability to notice, evaluate, and act. Richness that lasts cannot be built on panic. It begins when you stop asking fear to make decisions that belong to faith, wisdom, and responsibility. Take one breath now. Let your shoulders drop. You do not need to solve your whole future tonight. You only need to stop treating panic as prophecy. If this is your decision, right, I release panic. Because the next truth is the one many people miss. To stop searching from fear, you must understand what work can provide and what it can never provide. Chosen one, provision is God's responsibility, but obedience remains yours. God is the source. You are responsible for listening, learning, preparing, and moving when the next step appears. Many people miss this balance because they either carry the whole future alone or sit still and call fear faith. Neither position is alignment. Surrender is not avoidance. Faith is not passivity. Trusting God does not mean ignoring bills, refusing honest work, or waiting for a perfect sign. It means releasing your demand to control every outcome while honoring the action that belongs to you. You cannot force someone to hire you. You cannot command a client to say yes. You cannot decide when a door will open. But you can improve your skill. You can send an application. You can ask better questions, keep your promises, and take one responsible step today. This is the first breakthrough. You were never asked to carry the entire future at once. You were asked to carry the next faithful step. Panic asks, how can I escape immediately? Wisdom asks, what responsible move protects my duties and creates useful information? That question changes your decisions. You stop applying everywhere without thought. You begin noticing where your experience fits. You stop accepting weak terms from fear. You start asking what value you can bring, what support you need, and what the response can teach you. Release that burden. You are responsible for preparation, not total control. You are responsible for honesty, not guaranteed approval. You are responsible for movement, not forcing the road to unfold as imagined. A job can provide income, structure, training, and experience. It may become an important channel in your life, but it cannot create your worth. It cannot define your calling, and it cannot become the only form through which God is allowed to provide. There are 3 responsibilities you cannot hand back to God. You must keep learning, you must act when action is available, and you must steward what is already in your hands. There are also 3 outcomes you cannot control. Who says yes when the answer arrives, and what form provision takes. This balance protects you from 2 traps. Panic makes you force every door. Avoidance makes you refuse every door, while claiming you are waiting for something better. Clear faith lives between them, steady enough to move and humble enough to adjust. Now remember the divided receiver. One part of you senses possibility, while another attacks it before you can test it. You receive an idea in the morning. By noon, fear has listed 20 reasons it cannot work. By evening, you have buried it without gathering evidence. Later, I will show you an 8-minute audio sequence described as supporting better coordination between the 2 sides of the brain. It is not a substitute for prayer, work, or wise planning. It is presented as a practical tool for a calmer and more coordinated mental state. But first, consider this. What happens when the part of you that recognizes possibility and the part that evaluates risk no longer work together? How many answers have you dismissed because fear spoke before discernment could finish? If you are ready to stop carrying what belongs to God and start carrying what belongs to you, write, God is my source. Because provision may arrive through a job, but it may also arrive through something you have not yet learned to recognize. Chosen one, provision does not always arrive in the form you expected. Sometimes it comes as a job. Sometimes it comes as a client, a skill, a conversation, or a problem you can solve. Fear searches for one familiar answer. Clarity notices the channels through which value can move. This is the provision blind spot. It appears when you keep asking for help, but only recognize help in one form. You may be praying for an employer while overlooking someone who needs your experience. You may be waiting for a title while ignoring a skill that could become useful income. This does not mean every idea is a divine assignment. It does not mean every exciting thought will become a business. Discernment still matters. Responsibility still matters. The goal is not to chase every possibility, but to stop rejecting possibilities before a fair test. Use 3 simple questions. Does this idea solve a real need? What small step could test it? Can I test it without abandoning my current responsibilities? These questions protect you from fantasy, while also protecting you from fear that kills every idea too early. This is the second breakthrough. A job is one channel, not the whole river. Provision can appear through employment, service, collaboration, referral, teaching, repair, care, or communication. It can also appear through reducing waste and creating enough space to make a better decision. Panic hides these channels. It pushes your attention toward the fastest rescue. Stress makes familiar answers feel safer, even when they are not working. You keep staring at the same closed door, while another path remains quiet beside you. Create a provision inventory. Write down 3 skills people have asked you to use. Write down 3 problems you understand well. Then name 3 people who can give you honest feedback about what you do clearly and reliably. Choose one idea. Give it 7 days of responsible testing. Speak to one person who has the problem. Offer one small solution. Ask one clear question. Gather evidence before making a dramatic decision. This is not a command to quit your job. It is not a promise that every skill will produce money. It is a way to recover sight. You are learning to recognize value before demanding certainty, and to test possibility without gambling your stability. Imagine reading an email without panic. You notice what is actually being asked. You respond with clarity. You describe your value without shrinking. If the answer is no, you gather information instead of turning rejection into a verdict on your identity. Now consider the deeper question. Why can 2 people stand in the same situation, hear the same conversation, and see completely different possibilities? Why does one person connect the pieces, while another person only sees noise? As a child, you imagined without asking permission. You followed curiosity. You connected ideas that adults kept separate. Then, pressure taught you to censor yourself. Rejection taught you to doubt. Survival taught you to choose the familiar before examining the possible. Maybe the blessing did not disappear. Maybe your ability to receive it became divided. The part of you that sees possibility still speaks, but fear silences it before the message becomes clear. If you are ready to look beyond one form of provision, write, "I can recognize value." Then complete your provision inventory before this day ends. Because what has been missing may not be another opportunity. It may be the ability to connect what is already in front of you. Chosen one. There was a time when your mind moved with freedom. You noticed patterns quickly. You asked questions without shame. You imagined answers before anyone told you what was possible. That made you open. Then life trained you differently. School rewarded one kind of answer. Work rewarded repetition. Rejection taught you to edit yourself before others could respond. Stress taught you to choose what felt safe, even when safe kept you trapped. One part of you still sensed possibility. Another part demanded certainty before allowing movement. You received an idea, felt a spark, and then buried it beneath fear before gathering any evidence. This is the divided receiver. It is a mind pulled between intuition and analysis, faith and fear, creation and protection. When these forces fight, simple decisions feel heavy. Intuition may notice a pattern. Analysis may test whether it is practical. When both work together, you gain discernment. But when fear controls analysis, every possibility becomes a threat, and every delay becomes another reason to distrust yourself. This is the third breakthrough. You may not be missing a blessing. You may be struggling to connect what is already present. An idea arrives, but criticism attacks too early. A conversation reveals a need, but insecurity says someone else is more qualified. Use one simple practice: capture before critique. When an idea appears, write it down before judging it. Do not spend money. Do not announce a new life plan. Protect the idea long enough to examine it when your mind is calm. Then ask 3 grounded questions. What problem does this idea address? What evidence would make it worth testing? What is the smallest responsible step I can take? This gives creativity room to speak, while allowing wisdom to test what it says. Faith and logic must cooperate. Faith helps you see beyond the present pattern. Logic helps you test the path without gambling your stability. Together, they create movement that is bold and responsible. This is why the 8-minute audio mentioned earlier matters. It does not replace prayer, medical care, learning, or work. It is described as a tool designed to support a more coordinated mental state. The idea behind it is simple. If the 2 sides of your brain communicate more effectively, the thought may feel more balanced. One side may notice possibilities, while the other organizes details and action. That does not guarantee a breakthrough. It does not create money. But a calmer and more coordinated state may help you notice what panic caused you to miss. It may help you test an idea instead of destroying it on arrival. Think about your own pattern. How many useful ideas did fear silence before anyone else heard them? How many times did you confuse hesitation with wisdom? How often did you wait for certainty, then call the missed moment bad luck? There is a difference between discernment and self-rejection. Discernment gathers evidence. Self-rejection delivers a verdict before the trial begins. One creates clarity. The other protects fear by pretending to be intelligence. If this distinction is helping you see your pattern, mark this moment with a like, not as a favor to the channel, but as a signal that you will no longer call inner division a personal failure. Next, you will see how closed doors can reveal redirection, timing, or a needed change in approach. You will also learn the difference between faithful waiting and avoidance, dressed in spiritual language. The goal is not to chase every idea. The goal is to become clear enough to recognize the one responsible step that belongs to you now. Chosen one. Not every closed door carries the same meaning. Some doors are wrong for you. Some are not ready yet. Others stay closed because your approach or timing must change. Do not call every rejection divine protection. Sometimes the lesson is practical. Your application may need improvement. Your offer may be unclear. Your skill may need strengthening. Faith does not remove honest evaluation. It helps you face it without shame. Redirection often leaves clues. People repeatedly ask for your help with one kind of problem. A certain need follows you through conversations, jobs, and relationships. The pattern becomes difficult to ignore. Avoidance leaves different clues. You wait for complete certainty. You reject honest work because it feels too ordinary. You use spiritual language to avoid learning. You spend money based on income that does not exist. You call inaction peace, but your body remains filled with fear. This is the fourth breakthrough. Guidance often becomes clearer after a responsible step. Action creates information. One conversation can reveal demand. One application can expose a missing skill. One small test can show whether an idea deserves more attention. You need a step small enough to protect your responsibilities and clear enough to produce evidence. This is the one faithful move. It simply gives tomorrow more truth than today. Your move may be updating one section of your resume. It may be asking a former client one direct question. It may be showing a simple offer to 3 people. It may be studying one skill for 30 focused minutes. My child, I will guide the step you take in peace, but I will not bless the fear you keep calling caution. Peace does not always feel comfortable. Sometimes it is the humility to revise your plan. Sometimes it is the patience to keep a stable job while testing a better path carefully. Now return to the 8-minute tool mentioned earlier. A divided receiver may sense a possibility, then destroy it before testing. A clearer mental state may create enough space between the idea and the fearful reaction. The tool is not described as a common brainwave track. It is not presented as a free manifestation recording. According to the product information, it uses a specific audio sequence intended to support coordination between the 2 hemispheres of the brain. It does not mean the audio guarantees success. It means the product is designed around a mechanism that may support a more balanced state of thought. The value is not magic. The value is the possibility of greater clarity before action. In the next part, you will hear the why, the what, and the who. You will know why this tool was created, what it actually contains, and who may find it useful. You will also know what it cannot responsibly promise. Before that, choose your one faithful move. Make it specific, make it small, make it responsible. Do not ask whether it will change your whole life. Ask whether it will give you one piece of honest information. If you are ready to stop confusing fear with caution, write, "I choose clear movement." Because a closed door is not always the end. Sometimes it is the place where your old method ends, and a wiser form of movement begins. Chosen one, now the mystery can close. You have seen the panic search. You have recognized the provision blind spot and the divided receiver. The reason this matters is simple. Long periods of stress can leave your thinking repetitive and scattered. You may struggle to connect and organize information. You may swing between overthinking and impulsive action. Prayer, rest, and honest work still matter. This tool is not meant to replace any of them. It is presented as a practical support for people who want to approach decisions from a calmer and more coordinated mental state. So what is it? It is a digital audio track that lasts 8 minutes. According to the product information, it uses what the creator calls neural sync technology. Its stated purpose is whole brain activation through coordination between the two hemispheres. That phrase can sound complicated, but the basic idea is simple. Different areas support pattern recognition, sequencing, imagination, and analysis. The product is built around the claim that better coordination may support clearer thinking. This does not mean the track raises intelligence. It does not mean it treats a medical condition. It does not guarantee creativity, income, healing, or success. It should not replace care, sleep, learning, planning, or action. Who may find it useful? A person who often feels mentally scattered may be curious. Someone disappointed by free audio tracks may want to examine the official program. Someone seeking a short daily practice may also find the format practical. Who should not approach it with false expectations? Anyone waiting for money without action, seeking medical treatment, demanding guaranteed results, or refusing responsible movement. This is the identity test. The tool is not for escaping reality. It is for someone willing to face reality with greater attention. It is for the chosen one who wants to pray, think, learn, and move without panic. Imagine using those 8 minutes before planning your day. You listen in a safe and quiet place. Then you write one idea, one decision, and one responsible action. The audio is not the action. It prepares space for action. That distinction protects the truth. A tool can support a state. It cannot live your life. It cannot make the call, learn the skill, or send the application. Those responsibilities remain yours, and that is where your power remains. The official program is called the Genius Switch. Next, you will hear the scientific foundation, user experiences, what the purchase includes, and how the guarantee is described. Do not buy anything to prove your faith. Do not buy from fear of missing a blessing. Listen carefully. Examine the information. Then decide whether this 8-minute practice fits the responsible path you are already choosing. The mystery is no longer what the tool is. The deeper question is whether you are ready to use greater clarity for action instead of using another promise as a place to hide. Chosen one, now you understand why this tool appeared only after the deeper problem became clear. The Genius Switch is not presented as a shortcut to wealth. It is an 8-minute digital audio sequence designed to support a more coordinated state of mind. The program is associated with Doctor Daniel Barone, a neurologist in New York City. Its explanation refers to the split brain research of Doctor Roger Sperry, which explored how the two hemispheres perform different functions within one whole system. This distinction matters. The Nobel Prize connected with that research does not directly prove this product. It provides part of the scientific foundation used by the creator to explain neural sync technology and the stated goal of whole brain activation. One side may help notice patterns and possibilities. The other may support order, language, and evaluation. The value does not come from choosing one side. It comes from better coordination. The product page shares an experience from Lisa, a nurse in San Diego. According to her testimonial, She had felt that life was simply happening to her. She had already tried meditation, manifestation practices, and other audio programs. Lisa reports feeling mentally clearer and less controlled by stress after using the program. She also describes improvements in her relationships. This is her personal account. It is not a guaranteed result for every listener. Another account comes from Matthew, a business owner in Houston. His story focuses on practical clarity. According to the testimonial, he felt better able to approach decisions and daily business demands without the same confusion. His experience does not prove that the audio increases income. It illustrates the kind of support the program is designed to offer. Greater clarity may affect how someone works, but no audio can control future results. The Genius Switch arrives through email as a digital audio track. There is no shipping charge. The product information states that buyers receive lifetime access. The routine is simple. Put on headphones, close your eyes, relax in a safe place, listen for 8 minutes. You do not need a mantra, written affirmations, or a forced meditative state. Do not listen while driving or operating equipment. After listening, write one idea, one decision, and one responsible action. The audio may support the state, but you still take the step. This is not for someone waiting for money without effort. It is not medical treatment. It is not for anyone demanding guaranteed wealth, healing, intelligence, or success. It is for the chosen one who wants a short daily practice and will combine clarity with action. It is for someone prepared to pray, think, learn, test, and move without making panic the leader. The listed price is $49. The current offer in the supplied product information is $39. Prices can change, so check the amount shown on the official page before purchasing. The purchase includes 4 digital bonuses. The guided visualization focuses on money, love, health, and happiness. The Smart Grocery Shopping Guide discusses 10 common foods linked in the guide with brain fog and 5 shopping shortcuts. A classic manifestation book is also included. The product information describes it as more than 100 years old and connected with early manifestation teaching. The 4th bonus is a printable 5 habits infographic about building an ideal future. The program is presented with a full money-back guarantee. According to the supplied information, listening more than once does not remove that guarantee. Read the official terms before completing the order. Maybe you have tried free audio tracks. The creator positions this differently from a common brainwave recording. Its stated focus is hemisphere coordination through a targeted auditory sequence. Maybe $39 still matters. It should. Do not spend money needed for food, housing, medicine, debt payments, or other essential responsibilities. A guarantee can reduce risk, but it does not erase the cost. Maybe the promise sounds too strong. Then hold to the responsible claim. This is an 8-minute tool that may support a clearer mental state. It cannot create money, make decisions, or live your life. The supplied information says the official program is available only through its official website. It is not listed as an official product on Amazon, YouTube, or Spotify. Use the official link below if you choose to examine it. Open the page, read the explanation, check the current price, bonuses, delivery details, and guarantee. Then decide from clarity, not pressure. Right. I restore the receiver if you are choosing to protect your clarity before your next decision. Chosen one, take a breath before moving forward. You do not need to purchase anything to prove your faith. You are not excluded from provision because you choose to wait, compare, pray, or protect your budget. A tool remains a tool. It may support a state of mind, but it cannot become your source. The source is greater than one audio, one job, one client, or one opportunity. Return to the question beneath this message. What changes when you stop searching from panic? You notice what fear once hid. You hear the real question in a conversation. You see the difference between urgency and importance. Imagine tomorrow morning. You wake without reaching immediately for fear. You create 8 quiet minutes, whether you use the audio or sit in prayer and reflection. Then you write one idea, one decision, and one responsible move. An email arrives. You read it carefully. You notice what is being requested instead of assuming rejection. You answer clearly, describe your value without shrinking, and ask for the information needed to make a wise choice. A new idea appears. You do not worship it. You do not destroy it. You capture it, examine it, and test it with one small action. This is restored discernment in ordinary life. Richness that lasts is not one lucky payment. It is the growing ability to recognize, create, exchange, and steward value. Money may become one expression of that ability, but it is not the only proof of movement. You may still receive rejection. Clarity does not remove every no. It changes what the no means. Instead of hearing a verdict on your worth, you hear information about fit, timing, preparation, or direction. If the Genius switch fits this process, the official link below contains the product explanation. The supplied information describes an 8-minute digital track, lifetime access, 4 bonuses, and a money-back guarantee. Check the official page for the current price and terms. Do not buy from pressure. Do not use money needed for essentials. Choose only when the decision supports the responsible path you are already taking. Waiting also has a cost, but that should not frighten you into buying. The real cost is making every decision from the same exhausted state without changing your daily pattern. Change can begin quietly. Protect 8 minutes. Capture one idea. Test one assumption. Send one message. Review one expense. Learn one skill. Small, clear actions create information that panic never produces. My child, I am not asking you to wait for wealth. I am teaching you to recognize, create, and steward what I place in your hands. Subscribe for future messages that connect faith with responsible action. Share this with someone facing job rejection, someone preparing to quit from panic, or someone who believes God has forgotten them. The door may not open today, but you can become clearer today. When clarity meets opportunity, you will be ready to respond without begging, shrinking, or running from the responsibility attached to the answer. Chosen one, pause here and recognize how far you have carried yourself. You have lived through unanswered applications, delayed decisions, shrinking confidence, and nights when the future felt heavier than your strength. Now, release the panic. Release the need to control every door. Release the belief that rejection defines your value. Release the shame of not having arrived yet. Release the pressure to solve your whole future tonight. Release the habit of calling fear wisdom. Release the belief that one employer holds your provision. You do not need every answer before taking one responsible step. You do not need guaranteed success before learning, applying, asking, building, or testing. You need enough clarity to move without surrendering your identity to the outcome. Say this within yourself: work is not my source. I will not use faith to escape responsibility. I will not use responsibility to justify panic. I will recognize the value God placed within me. I will test ideas with wisdom. I will learn from evidence. I will take the next faithful step before every detail becomes visible. I will steward what enters my hands. I am ready for clarity. Now, the title of this message can be understood correctly. Do not look for a job does not mean do not work. It means do not bow before a title as though it were your savior. A job may be a channel. It may be honorable, useful, and necessary, but it cannot create your worth, and it cannot become the only form through which provision is allowed to reach you. God carries the role of source. Your role is to listen, prepare, act, learn, and steward. You release the outcome without abandoning the work that belongs to you. Richness forever is not money falling endlessly into passive hands. It is the lasting ability to recognize value, create value, exchange value, and manage value without losing yourself to fear. You may still apply for jobs. Apply with dignity. You may accept honest work. Accept it without turning it into your identity. You may build something new. Test it carefully without gambling what others depend upon. The panic search ends here. The provision blind spot begins to clear. The divided receiver becomes a responsible observer, capable of holding possibility and evidence in the same mind. And if the 8-minute tool discussed today fits your path toward clearer thinking, the official information is available through the link below. Examine it for yourself. The tool remains optional, and your faith is not for sale. Take one final breath. Let your body understand what your mind has learned. You are not required to force the future. You are invited to meet the next step with peace. Right, God is my source, and I will move in clarity. Let those words become more than a comment. Let them guide the next email you send, the next opportunity you examine, and the next decision you refuse to make from panic. You are not being told to stop working, chosen one. You are being released from the fear that made you forget where provision truly begins.